Try as that woman might to spout nonsense to her very last, nothing could change the fact that she was an enemy of the kingdom.
Hello, legends anywhere, anytime. This is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude who likes to play video games. And here we are for part 204 of Monster Hunter Rise. I just recorded a video, Monster Hunter Rise. Fire Emblem Three Houses Blue Lines, part 204. This is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude who likes to play video games. And now here we get to see the aftermath of the Chapter 18th monthly mission, so enjoy.
She sold out Fargus to the Empire, forcing our people to suffer their tyranny. But all that ends today. No more blood will be needlessly spilled. Now that Cornelia has fallen, we will exert pressure on the nobles who were aligned with her. Perhaps we may yet find a connection to the tragic incident in Duskur.
The nice thing is, the pieces are coming together and some truths are finally being revealed.
Once we do that, we will finally be able to prove the innocence of its people.
Your Highness, I am certain that would make those of Duskur who lost their lives that day very happy. I am grateful, and I am proud to serve a man such as you.
Come, Your Highness. You still have some responsibilities that must be carried out. Your people have been patiently awaiting your return.
Do you mean... No. I can't bear to face them after all that I...
You have to, Dimitri, you have to. You must face them.
Professor. Right you are, as ever. I am their king, after all. What is this?
They're happy.
As you can see, the people are rejoicing at the return of their king.
Even though I turned my back on them and fled the kingdom in disgrace.
Even so, the spectacle before you does not lie.
The big thing is you came back.
We are a kingdom in need of a king, a hero to save the people from their long oppression. Your Highness, it is truly a blessing that you have returned.
Do I really have the right to stand here? Will they accept me as their king? Bloodstained as I am I fit to be king?
Don't cry, Dimitri, this is a happy time.
These are happy tears, my friend. I am finally home again. Fargus, how I missed you. It may be spring, but the nights are quite chilly here in Ferdiad. Still, our celebratory feast shows no sign of stopping. Have you grown weary of the festivities?
I was going to ask you the same.
It's not that I have grown weary, more that I find it difficult to be around everyone at the moment. I have just returned from visiting the graves of my loved ones. It had been a long while since I left Flowers. I was always terribly afraid of going near there, but I could not stay away forever. You have taught me something important, Professor.
Steadiousness? I'm going humor.
You never let up, do you? No, what I'm referring to is far more valuable. How should I put this? Perhaps it is most accurate to say that you taught me how to live.
Isn't that funny? The lifeless puppet who didn't know how to live teaching others how to live.
If you and I had not reunited on that fateful day, I am certain I would have died a fruitless death on the battlefield. I would have foolishly challenged a horde of foes, and in doing so, needlessly sacrificed the lives of my friends and myself. But now I have returned to my rightful place. I struggle with what to say when I know well that words are not enough to express my gratitude. You saved me from the darkness and guided me back to the light. Thank you, Professor. With all that I am, I thank you.
And Fargus will be better for it. Are you happy?
That is a hard question to answer. I still do not believe I deserve happiness. These hands of mine have taken so many lives. Nobles and commoners, adults and children. Perhaps a day will come when I have finally atoned for my sins. But such a day is not possible until after the war is over. But I digress. For tonight, our only focus should be to bask in our victory. After that, we must prepare for our battle with the Empire. To start, we must absorb the Kingdom Knights taken by the Dukedom into our own forces and reshuffle our troops.
Yep.
The Lords will need to help purge our territory of Imperial forces, and I will use my authority as king to gather forces from various regions. And we'll have to ask the merchants to lend us the funds we require. Oh, and we must request delivery of supplies at once.
The logistics. That sounds like a lot of work.
Just thinking about it all makes my head spin. There is much to do, but it is all critical work if we hope to stand a chance against the Empire.
You will soon face Edelgard.
Yes, I am well aware. I believe we have spoken of this before. Everyone has something they simply cannot accept. As for Edelgard, I am certain she will never be able to accept the Church of Seiros. I believe that is why she seeks to destroy it. She is looking to revolutionize the world, in her mind, for the better. But even if she manages to birth a new world, it would be at the cost of...
Yeah, like she's going the total wrong way to make the world better.
I wish to end this war through acceptance, not annihilation. Just as my people accepted me, I wish dearly to accept her. But I fear...
Your Highness, I finally found you.
Ah, I'm sorry for slipping away. Has something happened?
An express messenger just arrived from the leader of the Alliance. Please, return to the castle at once.
An express messenger? What in the world could Claude be after? I am on my way. Professor, please join me.
It's only fitting.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Garland Moon. The Golden Deer's Plea. The Kingdom Army has reclaimed the Kingdom capital and plans to immediately begin restoring the country and its forces. But an unexpected request arrives from Claude, leader of the Leicester Alliance. Dimitri promptly responds to the request for aid, and he rushes to prepare the kingdom's forces.
Even more to go.
We have received a request for aid from the Alliance. They are being invaded by the Empire. We have only just taken back Ferdiad, and yet I am already asking all of you to move out once more. Please accept my apologies for that.
That's no problem at all. More importantly, how is the Alliance faring?
And the other thing, since we recruited everyone from the Alliance but Claude, he's probably having a harder time without the unique units being stronger.
House Regan has rallied the Alliance Lords. They are facing the enemy with all the strength they can muster. But we do not know how far that will get them. It seems the enemy's relentless attacks have forced them into a tough situation. Their defeat at Gronder severely weakened the Alliance. I imagine the Empire now intends to destroy them before they can recover.
To think they'd watch us chase their soldiers out of the Kingdom capital, then immediately go invade the Alliance. Their general is Lord Volkard von Arundel. He serves as regent to the Emperor. He has presumably taken command after the Emperor was wounded in Gronder.
He is known for his shrewdness and excels not only in domestic affairs, but tactics as well. He is not an opponent we should take lightly. Lord Arundel.
I think he's trying to take advantage of the fact that the Alliance weakened, and since we just took back Fargus, we're weakened as well, so it's a good time to take out who would be a great ally for us. Are you concerned?
I always suspected that Lord Arundel was behind the tragedy 9 years ago. The timing of his departure from the kingdom, the fact that he abruptly stopped making donations, too many factors made him suspect. If Lord Arundel conspired with Cornelia, then what Kronya and the others said 5 years ago? Well, never mind that for now. The Alliance needs our help. What are your thoughts?
If we turn our back on the Alliance and then Deirdre falls, it will undoubtedly make our situation difficult further down the road.
You have to remember too, the Alliance is where most of the merchants base themselves from. So losing them loses a lot of the supply runs.
We would have enemies in two directions. In the Alliance to the northeast, and in the Empire to the south.
That is true. In that scenario, we would not be able to safely march our soldiers to Enbar.
I am terribly worried about Lady Rhea, but I believe we must save the Alliance first.
Oh, maybe if we do this, the Alliance will help us out in return.
Yep.
We could ask them to help us attack the Empire. You know, a sneak attack or something.
Annie, when did you become so devious?
What would your mother think?
What? It wasn't that devious.
What do you think, Professor?
There's always one answer. Let's march for Deirdre.
Yes, I agree. I will admit that there is something to be gained for us as well, for when we eventually march south. But far more importantly, they need us. We cannot turn our backs on them. We will arrange to head out at once. Prepare yourselves, everyone.
The other thing is kind of what Claude has been fighting for this entire time, is unity. And we have a birthday right away. Let's host a tea party with Sylvain. And Bergamot is his favored.
Hey, sorry for the wait, Professor. You've got excellent taste, Professor. This is great tea. Thank you so much.
Been so long since we've dealt with him.
Ah, delicious.
So, classes you might enjoy.
Yeah.
First crushes.
Yeah.
Hey, heard some gossip. That's actually been one of the easier ones I've had for those.
Ah, delicious. You are really curious, aren't you? I'm glad you're like that.
Curious, aren't they? Laugh or blush. There we go. Perfect! Haha, nice. Now gifts. So for him, we can give a landscape painting, a dapper handkerchief.
Oh.
Or a board game.
Oh. Really?
As always, you wait for the circles, then you hit the button.
In a time like this, not a lot of people can keep their hands clean. I see.
Yeah. Sometimes these little mini game or side things are quite interesting. And we'll end it there.
Thank you for the treat, Professor. I'd like to do this again sometime.
Yes, charm for both of us. Okay, so I'm gonna place a save here. And we will explore, so, we have a new, paralogue. So next week we're definitely doing a monster battle. And you know what? We're gonna go speak to Anna right away. Because as always, we can turn in some items. Ooh.
Hey! Hey!
Some items just sitting around here.
What?
This is actually a good haul.
There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Hey!
Yep, so auxiliary request a peculiar trend. And we've already
Appreciate it.
completed it.
What do you think?
So let's talk to Gilbert.
With the capital recaptured, I desire to call him Your Majesty rather than Your Highness. He would refuse my desire, rightfully pointing out that he has not as yet been crowned. However, the day this war is ended and the Church has placed the crown upon his head, then he will truly be our king, and I will call him Your Majesty at last. I must go hear the reports from our spies. There is something worrying me, and no, it can wait. I shall tell you more when our information is more concrete. I have a request.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good,
very
I
much.
finished it right away.
Pardon me.
Now let's see what I can do with my renown points.
Need something?
Yes, I got it. I got
This
the
one?
extra experience.
You're all set.
There we go. That was the most important one
See
I
you
was
again
looking
soon.
for in this round. Now let's talk to Dorothea since she's right here.
Incredible. Dimitri is going to Claude's aid. How great is that? It's like we've gone back to how things were 5 years ago. It's so nice. Just imagine if 80 was there too. I suppose you can't ever really go back to the way things were in the past.
Yeah. But hey, that was nice.
So, listen.
I heard that Deirdre was under attack. I hope Judith is all right. She may be the hero of Daphne, but facing the might of the Empire? I wish there was something more I could do. But I can only pray and hope.
Well, don't worry. Someone will be there to help him.
Singing is so much fun. Everyone should enjoy themselves while they're doing it.
Me. Something appears to be wrong with my throat.
There you go. Got that out of the way. Now, counselor. I hate having to be sneaking and stay quiet with an enemy. It's not... You'll get better at it if you train. Casper is one of the ones that's always about the training.
Pardon me.
Sometimes you just have to kind of look everywhere. But yeah, with this I'll have the monastery cleared.
Hey, you. Please?
Pardon me.
Talk to the only person there, seen everyone.
Okay.
And as always, kind of just see if there's any loose items. Which there aren't, so we are done here. Time to move on.
Really? You know...
But if our luck runs out... Ooh, Catherine and Louis. We have to crush Laura. Okay.
We're still searching for Lady Rhea. No news on that, I'm afraid. Lord Arundel, the Emperor's uncle, is the regent of the Empire. If we crush them at Deirdre, maybe we'll capture him and wring some clues out of him.
Always good to have that option.
I was getting excited for our big Empire showdown. I spent so much time mentally preparing. Then we shifted focus to Deirdre. I hadn't been expecting that.
Yeah.
But, as a knight who's sworn to serve the goddess, I cannot turn a blind ear to those who seek my aid.
Yep.
Hey, you.
So that's all done there. We'll go straight ahead this time.
Oh.
Lord Holst.
If you travel east from the Alliance and cross Fodlan's Throat, you enter the land of Almyra. House Goneril's territory touches the eastern border of the Alliance. They also have Lord Holst, the most valiant warrior in the Alliance. Tasked with keeping watch over the Almyrans' movements, he rarely leaves Goneril territory.
The Alliance leader is too demanding, and the prince is too soft-hearted, don't you think? They spilled much of each other's blood at Gronder. I lost a lot of friends to the Alliance. Sorry, I shouldn't complain. I know this is tactically sound. Everyone seems on board with it, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't have any misgivings.
I love how they do these little things with the knights and soldiers.
Professor, it'll take a little while yet for the capital to be restored to its former glory. But it's not dead yet. Doesn't matter how many times you put the people of Ferdiad down. They'll get right back up again. Just you watch. Before long, things will be back to how they were.
Yep.
No.
Now it's just a good thing to kind of check over here. Okay, good. So all that's clear. Time to raid the gazebo. Ooh, nice. It's so helpful and useful. Okay. So before we end the video here, I'll just clear out over by the cemetery and we'll end at the Knight's Hall.
Professor?
Right, right.
As always, treating the doggos well gets you bonuses.
A moment, please.
Okay, so Sylvain is right here.
What about Deirdre, the aquatic capital? I've heard it's a magnificent city, you know? If we're going, I wish it wasn't to wage war. It'd be more fun to visit with a cute girl on my arm.
Maybe once the war is over.
You're right. That's something to look forward to.
Okay, and there we go.
Hey.
So I'll save here, and in the next video, we'll continue to talk to everyone. And I will go through and start completing even more of these support conversations. Still have a lot to get through, but hey, I'm happy. We've completed all of them for every character I have, but the C, B, and A supports with Lorenz and Catherine. So this is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude likes to play video games. And please remember, if you've liked watching my videos, would like to help the channel, please make sure you comment, share, subscribe, like, turn on notifications, visit SomeDudePlays.com, and remember, we are all legends, so have a great day, everyone.